Oh, hey, it's Sabrina. So in this video, I am going to be doing another tag. I really enjoy tags. Nobody tagged me to do this, but I thought it would be fun. And this is the I am a guilty reader tag. The creator of this is Chami. I want to say Read Like Wildfire. I'm not exactly sure. I'll link her down below. Anyway, let's get started with the tag. Question number one is, have you ever regifted a book that has been given to you? So I never have regifted it, but I've like let someone borrow it, and then when they didn't give it back, like I wasn't mad about it. So I mean, I don't think I would ever blatantly regift a book to somebody else that was given to me, but I mean, there are like subtle ways of giving a book away without hurting some feelings. Question number two is, have you ever said you read a book but you really haven't? Oh, for sure. I think I was guilty of this most likely in high school. Don't get me wrong, I loved my AP English courses and I read every single book that was required because I'm a nerd and I love reading classics. And so that wasn't one of the times where I didn't, like where I said I read a book but I didn't. But like I want to say maybe just whenever I was actually, let me rephrase this, I was probably in college when I said I read a book but I didn't. I felt like I was so out of my league and everyone else was so more well-read and more diverse, and definitely I probably most likely said I read a book that I haven't. Question number three is, have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it? So I am actually currently guilty of that right now. My friend lent me The Cursed Child like 4 months ago, and I finished it like 2 months ago and I still haven't returned it, and I see her pretty frequently and I keep forgetting to give her book back. I do not have intentions of keeping that book because to be honest, I probably don't ever see myself rereading it and I didn't really love it that much. So she's gonna get it back. I just haven't gotten around to it. Question number four is, have you ever read a series out of order? And I'm pretty sure that I have, especially when it comes to stuff like Ender's Game and Star Wars and all these other things where publication date maybe not be the same as actual chronological order. I'm pretty sure I've done that a couple times, even though I'm not a fan. When people do that, that really frustrates me. But I'm like, why can't chronological and publication date be the same? But I mean, sometimes it happens. So yeah, I've definitely done that. Question number five is, have you ever spoiled a book for someone? And I have never on purpose spoiled a book for somebody, because everyone in my personal life knows that if they spoil a book or a movie for me, we are done. I cannot talk to you anymore. It'll take me a really long time to get over that because I hate being spoiled for things. I purposely don't watch reviews or get on the internet whenever I want to know about something or whenever something is coming out in theaters or whenever it's being released, because I know somehow I'll get spoiled and I hate when that happens. So yeah, no, I've never purposely done that. Question number six is, have you ever doggy-eared a book? And no, not recently. I would say probably when I was young, I have done that. But in the last 10 years, I have not. I've really am super against doggy-earing books. My husband does that and it really bugs me. I get that there are some people out there who want their books to look like they've been read, but I'm one of those people who wants to read my books over and over and over, but not show any visible signs that it's been like run through and read through. So I'm against doggy-earing. There's literally, like, you could probably find anything to bookmark a book. There's no reason to doggy ear. I'm not okay with it. Question number seven is, have you ever told someone you don't own a book when you actually do? And I'm not sure if I've ever done this. I feel like people do this mostly to protect their books so they don't have to like loan them out. But I don't think I've ever lied about having a book. I mean, I'm actually the opposite. Whenever someone's like, oh, have you read this? And I'm like, oh yeah, I have that book. And so I'm very much the person that's like have a lot of pride in owning a lot of books. So I don't think I've ever like lied about having a book. That just sounds strange to me. Like, no. Have you ever told somebody you haven't read a book when you actually have? So this is like the other question. like I said, I don't think I've ever done that on purpose either. I definitely, I mean, I guess I could see why someone would lie about that. Like, for example, 50 Shades of Grey. Like people could be saying like, that's such a grouse book. Why would someone read that? And they're like, yeah, no, I haven't read it either, but they really have. So I get why people would do that, but I don't think I ever have. I purposely read books that I know I'm not gonna be like ashamed of talking about. Like I have no problem saying that I've read Twilight, even though I know a lot of people look down on that. It's like, I don't care. Too bad. I read it. That doesn't make me a terrible person. Question number 8 is, have you ever skipped a chapter or a page of a book? I mean, honestly, who hasn't done this? I mean, if you say you haven't, you're a liar, because everyone's done it. Even if there's a book that you're enjoying, sometimes it happens without you even noticing. Definitely in college, when you're reading through those annoying long texts that you have to read like 50 pages a night. Yeah, I skimmed through. It happens, but I mean, you know what? Time is precious and we don't have an infinite amount of time to read all the books. So sometimes we gotta do, and sometimes that means skimming and skipping sections. The final question is, have you ever badmouthed a book that you actually liked? Like I said, I don't think I've ever done that, because I would say like 99% of the books I've read, or 100%, are books that I am not afraid to talk about or to say that I've read it. I've never been like really embarrassed about reading a book, so I've never badmouth the book. But anyway, I guess I'm not a guilty reader, because I feel like I answered no to a lot of these questions. But that is it for this tag. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching.